Hey you guys, just throwing shit around. I washed my hair for you today, so let's take that into account. I know I've been really inconsistent lately. If you're new here, maybe you're not used to this turmoil I've been putting my long-term subscribers through for years. Welcome to this hellhole. No, just the past couple months have been really busy and hectic with like work, the podcast, trying to plan this wedding, just like all this kind of stuff that we have going on. So I haven't been filming. Simply put. But today I thought it would be fun to kind of go rummage through the hallowed halls of my makeup collection. I wanted to pull out some of my old kind of favorite products that like I used to really love, but I've kind of just forgotten about or replaced for whatever reason. Because there's a lot of products that like I loved and I thought they were so fantastic, but it was just like I started using something else because it showed up at my door, or I bought it or whatever, and I just kind of put it on the back burner and I never brought it back to the front burner, and now it's just like back there and it's like, hey man, I'm a little teapot, short and stout, bring me to the front burner. So today we're bringing my favorite products to the front burner. I just wanted to see if they still kind of like hold up to what they were in my mind in the past, or if they fall a little short. So let's do this. This is the Hunger Games. This is the Hunger Games of my old faves. I'll never not feel like Britney Spears when I have this eye primer on. Okay, so first things first, we're going to start with the Tartelette in Bloom palette. This was one of my favorites from a couple years ago. I just felt like it was really easily laid out. It was something that was like really quick and easy to grab. I'm gonna start with the color Smarty Pants, and I'm gonna bring that right into my crease, all the way into the inner corner, because I'm gonna do more of like a halo eye situation, I think. And then down on that outer lash line over there, outer V. Then I'm gonna take this color Rebel. I'm gonna take that on my Sigma E27 brush, and I'm going to darken up the crease with that. Going in that same kind of shape all the way across the crease, and then down on the inner and outer corners. Just like that, so then you can kind of get that rough shape. You don't have to worry about like blending while you go. Just get that rough shape down, and then go and blend later. And then I'm taking a clean brush. It's kind of clean. And then I'm just going over those edges. I can pick up a little bit more of that Smarty Pants color, and then I dip back and forth between Smarty Pants and Rebel. And then I'm gonna go over my edges. So whenever I'm blending, I kind of like to blend together the two colors that I just used, just to make that gradient easier rather than picking up only the darker color or only the lighter color, which will sometimes kind of give you a weird appearance. Okay, then I'm gonna grab the color Leader, which is that darkest kind of like reddy brown color, and I'm gonna take that on my Sigma E47 brush, and this is like our final darkening color. I might not even put that one in the inner corner. I might just kind of leave that one on the outer V. Do you guys even have anything left to learn? I feel like probably not at this point. Okay, then I'm gonna take my Smith 230 brush and just kind of go over top of all of that, blending that out. And then I'm gonna grab that color Flower Child right there on my Sigma E32 brush, and I'm just going to take that along the brow bone and kind of blend that into our crease color. I feel like these eyeshadows are blending like quite well. See, this is the thing. I feel like new makeup comes out and we forget about all of our old makeup kind of thing, and we're like, well, it must be shit anyways because it came out a few years ago, and like the eyeshadow market is probably elevated by this point, but I don't know. I also feel like Tarte eyeshadows for a really long time got like a super bad rap, and I feel like it was in this era. I can't really remember, but I always really liked the Tartelette palettes, and the Tartelette like Pro palette was awesome. But I feel like people were like, they're dusty and they don't blend and whatever kind of thing. But I always like this formula. So you're all hurting my feelings. I used to love this product so much. I haven't used it in quite a while actually, but the Dose of Colors Ideal Duos. So this has a cream product on the top, which kind of acts as like a base or a primer for this loose powder on the bottom. I loved them when they first came out. They have quite a few colors actually, and it was like one of my favorite launches from Dose of Colors. So I'm taking the color Sticks and Stones, which is kind of like a, it's like a rose goldy kind of champagne color. Okay, so I'm gonna grab that on a Hakuhodo J144 brush, the cream part, and I'm going to put that on my eyelid right down the center. Oh dang, that color is really pretty honestly just by itself. So what I'm doing is I'm just applying the heaviest deposit of pigment right to that center lid, and then when I have less product on my brush, kind of like working my way outwards just by tapping to blend that product. I don't think I'm doing like a real crease here. It doesn't really appear to be the case. So I'm just kind of doing it like smokier, I guess. More diffused. Dang, that's a sticky cream, man. I honestly don't know if they even sell these anymore. Are these expired? Probably, if we're being honest with one another. That was the thing that was like the funniest to me about that whole Jaclyn Hill debacle, because everyone was like, these lipsticks are expired. And it's like, obviously, I mean, first of all, we don't know that. Obviously, if the lipstick was expired, of course you don't want to buy expired makeup, but I'm like, are we all acting like we throw our makeup out by the expiration date? Because I don't know about you, but I certainly don't. Like, I have products that I've had since high school, and I like to think I still have my youth, but it's been a while, guys. It's been a while since I was in high school. I'm gonna take that little Sigma E27 brush, and I'm going to literally just dot that leftover product over this cream on the outer and inner corners. Uh-oh, uh-oh. This was a mistake. Oh no. Okay, let's just go over top with the glitter and hope it fixes everything. Okay, I'm gonna take the powder side of that Dose of Colors thing. Ooh, very nice. I'm gonna grab that on a Smith 253 brush, and this looks super powdery, so I'm gonna like really press that into the fibers of my brush. And then I'm pressing it onto my lid. I don't know how to feel, guys. I'm gonna move on from this. Okay, I'm gonna go quickly put on my foundation and concealer, and then we're gonna move on. Okay, we're back in business. We have our foundation and concealer on. I'm gonna be using the Glossier Play eyeliner in Disaster Class. This isn't an old favorite, but it's just what we need to use, okay? So we're gonna use it. I'm gonna take that and put that in my waterline. I just wanted to do kind of like a wine color, and then I'm gonna go over top with those like reddy browns. So I'm just using a little Real Techniques shading brush to buff that out. Okay, I have that eyeliner on and blended out, and now I'm going to take Rebel, and I'm going to blend that onto my eyeballs. Maybe I'll take this fun little brush. This is an e.l.f. Detail Crease Brush. I'm gonna use that and see how it goes. So I'm just buffing right over top of that eyeliner. Oh, well, this brush is just simply divine for right underneath the eyes. I really, I fucking like e.l.f. brushes, man. Okay, you guys ready for this throwback? CoverGirl Clump Crusher and Waterproof. I never thought I would replace this mascara. I love this mascara with my whole heart. And I've never strayed. I've always thought it's fantastic. But I just found some things that I liked a little better. But I still really love this mascara. I like the way it separates. It's not really like waterproof, which is actually kind of nice because it comes off my bottom lashes really nicely. It doesn't like fucking hang on for dear life, but it is like, I'd say like water resistant maybe. Maybe 1.5 mental breakdowns with this on. But once we get into that second half, it's like, yeah, I don't know about this. I don't think this is what I signed up for. I will dry my hair at some point before the end of this video. So you can look forward to that. So for my bronzer contour situation, I Loved this product. I loved the formula. I loved the color. I can't really remember why I started straying away from it. I'm sure it's just because I found something that I had started using that I started liking a lot kind of thing and forgot about it. But this is the Lila B Be Timeless Bronzer. I love this packaging. I always have. It's made out of Zamac, it's called, so it's like a metal kind of thing. And it just slides to close like that. It's super heavy. It's gorgeous, exorbitantly priced, but I did really like this product for a long time. Now that I'm looking at it, like, hold on. Oh, that's quite a bit darker than my current bronzing situation. And I feel like this one's a little bit more red, but we'll just have to see. We're not gonna make any judgment calls just yet. Let's let the product do the talking, okay? So I'm gonna take that on my Smith 154 brush, lightly. I feel like this is gonna be dark, okay. I'm just gonna tap that on. Oh, this is fine. Everything's fine. I love this. I like used this pretty consistently nonstop, because even when I find a product I really like, I usually end up kind of like, I'll use it and then I'll like jump back to a cream and then I'll use it and I'll jump back kind of thing. But I used like exclusively this for a while. I don't think I was into creams just yet. The only thing that I find is like anytime I find a powder product that I like, the first thing that goes through my mind is I'm like, I wish they had this in a cream though. Like I wish they had the same color in a cream. Okay, so for my blush, this is a blush that I have forced upon so many people. I can't even begin to explain. Sue me, I want my friends and family to be happy. I've explained blushes like this in the past, and the way that I know a blush is going to be like fantastic is if I swatch it and it looks like there's nothing on my skin. And this was like one of the first examples of that blush for me, where I was like, oh, beautiful. So Hourglass Dim Infusion. This blush is so lightly pigmented. It has this nice kind of veining of that ambient lighting powder, so it has like a little bit of sheen to it, but it's definitely not like glittery or chunky or anything like that. It just has this really nice kind of glow. So I loved this blush forever. I used it so much. I sold it to everyone and it hasn't even been discontinued, knock on wood. Really the only reason I stepped away from this is because I started wearing cream products so much again. But let's just see how it holds up. I'm gonna take my Hakuhodo F6141 brush, which is just a little fan brush. I feel nervous. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Honestly, okay. I like a blush that's like not easily over applied, you know? Like I hate when you put on a blush and you're like, for fuck's sake, now I have to like go on with my foundation brush or my beauty blender and like stipple over top of it because like this is so intense now that there's no going back. This blush works quite well on like super fair to like medium skin tones. It would be just a little light for those of you with deeper skin tones. But even though it doesn't have a ton of pigment to it, I think it still has like a really nice kind of flush to it, even if you do have some more kind of like tan skin than me. Ooh, okay, this isn't really an old favorite, but this is something that was like sitting in the depths of my makeup drawer, and I've never decluttered it. I'm not sure why, because I don't think that I spent a ton of time using it. Like I think I might have used it a couple times right when I first got it, but there's certain products that I bought or received at the same time as like so many other of the same products that they just like they just slipped through the cracks, you know? And I think this is one of those products. I couldn't remember if I had like tried it and loved it or what, but anyways, I've been using it lately and I love it. It's beautiful, gorgeous, stunning, immaculate. The Perricone MD No Highlighter. I love this entire range. They have like a no bronzer, a no blush, no foundation, no lipstick, which we'll talk about in a second. The only cry and shame is that they don't have more of a shade range, because I think they have like literally the one highlight color. Oh, that's crazy. I'm not gonna do the other side yet. I think they have the one highlight color, one blush color, and like maybe 3 to 5 foundation colors or something, but for a long time they only had one. But I just think this is like a really nice kind of like subtle glow. It's not anything crazy. Ooh, okay. This has been one of my favorite lipstick formulas of all time. The only tragic downside is that it gets kind of funky like really quick, and I'll show you what I mean. So look at it on the top, okay? We're looking at it, we're seeing the top. Look at it on the side. Oh God. I don't know what it is. Again, I'm sure it's expired. And yet, so this is the No Lipstick lipstick from Perricone MD. I honestly think that this works like fantastically well on like pretty much any skin tone. If you're really, really fair, you might find it a little dark. It's really nice and like sheer and hydrating and stuff like that. So it just like always looks really nice on the lips. And I feel like it has that kind of like Victoria's Secret model kind of like lip look. I've just always really loved that lipstick. And every time I go back to it, I'm like, dang. Okay, let me go blow dry my hair for the intro and the outro so I look professional. Okay, let's go over these products and see what's what, shall we? So the first old favorite was the Tartelette in Bloom palette, which is just this nice little, oh God, I just got my nail all up in it. It smells like the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette because I have it right next to that palette. So like it's soaked up all of that smell. So I'm always like, oh, I don't remember that peachy smell. The peachy smell doesn't exist. It's sold separately. So anyways, I really loved this palette when it came out. I just think it's a really easy day-to-day palette kind of thing. I think it has a really good range of colors. You have kind of like your lights, mediums, and darks. There are a few little shimmer shades in there, but I like that it's predominantly matte because again, it's just really easy for day-to-day. I still really like this palette. I've always really liked this formula. I think that people don't like it sometimes, but I always thought this formula just went on super easily. It's very like fuss-free, and I just think it's a good beginner palette. It's easy to travel with, it's small. I like this palette, man. I'm a fan. I'm still a fan. 10 out of 10. That's maybe a stretch. Let's say like 9 out of 10. Ooh, then we tried the Dose of Colors Ideal Duos. So this was a product that I loved so much you can't even begin to understand. It definitely was like the star of the Dose of Colors line for me for a very, very long time. So I applied it today in a little bit more of like a diffused kind of fashion. I was trying to make it a little bit softer, definitely not like a super harsh cut crease. I don't think I love this product anymore. This has survived so many declutters you don't even understand. Like I haven't used this product very much over the years, but I don't know, man. So the last time I used it, I used a color called Disco, which is like a silvery kind of color. And I used that maybe like 6 months ago. And I did try to do like a more intense like cut crease with that. And this is the problem. The primer, like the cream base, is really, really sticky, so you can't really blend it out and diffuse it like you could with like, let's say the Tom Ford Naked Bronze Duo that you guys know I love a lot. But even like the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize cream is like really easily blended out. It's not something that's like super sticky or tacky or like folding on itself or anything. Like you can use that cream by itself or underneath another product. This cream I would not use by itself. It's super tacky. It's really, really hard to kind of blend out and get like a diffused look. Like I couldn't put that cream all over my lid and blend it out sort of thing. So the problem is that that product sticks to it and then it creates kind of like this harsh line. So I'm not sure if you guys saw that when we were kind of up close doing that product, but once you put that powder over top of it, it just looks kind of chunky. So trying to incorporate that product into a diffused look was kind of difficult because you did get that kind of patchiness and that harsh line. But even when I used it to do more of a cut crease like 6 months ago with the silver color, the problem is that the powder is loose, so there's a lot of transfer going on. It's not like one of those like thick pressed like shimmery eyeshadows, you know what I mean? Kind of like what's in the Tom Ford Duo. So you get all this transfer, so even though you're getting that nice sharp line with a cream maybe, it doesn't really matter because as soon as you go over top with that powder, it's gonna kind of transfer up unless you did a super high cut crease where like you're way, way above your natural crease and there's no chance of it transferring kind of thing. So I don't know, this product is kind of like falling flat for me. I'm really sad. I think at the time that it came out, it was more of an uncommon product. So I was just like, ooh, like the appearance of this is so pretty because I do really like the kind of shine that it gives. And I think that the powders themselves have like a lot of dimension to them. They're not just like one flat color or anything. Like this has like some nice like kind of burgundy tones and some more like peachy orange kind of glitter to it. Like it's really pretty. But even looking at this now, like I've had this eye on for maybe 20 minutes and it's already kind of starting to crease a little bit. So I think this old favorite might be getting decluttered soon. Ooh, never disappoints, never. CoverGirl Clump Crusher. This was and always will be one of my favorite mascaras. I just think it's a fantastic formula. I really like the brush. It's not like super pokey because I do not gravitate towards those like plastic bristles at all. I hate when it has those like sharp little plastic, ugh, like it's my least favorite type of brush. But there's just something about this one. Like, this one isn't pokey on your eyes. It just separates your lashes really beautifully. It wears really well throughout the day. It doesn't apply like way too much product or anything like that. It's just a good mascara. And it's dirt cheap. Okay, then we tried the Lila B Timeless Bronzer. Okay, I'm a little torn on this one. I'm a little torn. I still really like the formula of this one. Like, I think it builds up really nicely. It's not ridiculously pigmented, which I just don't like super pigmented face products because I think it's so much more time and effort to have something like super intensely applied on first stroke where you're having to then work backwards kind of thing. Like, I'd rather slowly build it up. So I like that this has a little bit of like sheerness to it, and you can really build up that product. I think the color is good, and I like how it looks. Like, I don't find myself being like, ooh, that's like a little too red or a little too orange. Like, it's actually quite a nice like tan color, which those two things I think is what drew me to this product initially. And I think that's why I was so hooked on it for such a long time. I just think I'm in such a cream season right now. I can't get over it. I think this is still a fantastic product, and I think if you guys like powders, it's worth it, even though it's ridiculously priced. If you kind of have the money kicking around and you want like a luxury fun product, sure. I think it's fantastic and I really, really like it. I don't know, I guess I find like powder so much more of a pain in the ass these days. And I just feel like creams are so easy to just like really quickly like pop on and blend out kind of thing. And I always really like the appearance. Whereas I feel like lately, every time I apply a powder bronzer, I always feel like it looks kind of patchy around like this area here. And I'm just left feeling frustrated because it looks patchy when I'm doing my makeup in front of this nice light. And then when I go into natural light, I don't even know. And I think that's just like purely user error because I think I'm just so used to quickly being like boop, 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 boop with my cream bronzer and then walking out the door and looking great most of the time, not all the time, that I try to do that with powder bronzers. Like, I try to just really quickly apply kind of thing. And I can't, I have to take more time than that. So I don't know, but I still really like this bronzer. I think I would still give this like a 9 out of 10 for the formula and the color. I just don't love the application of it because I prefer cream. So like, I wish that they would, hear me out, Lila B, I wish they would come up with this exact color, this exact sheerness, but a cream. Why don't we try it? Let's just give it a shot. I think it's worth a try, okay? Oh, I was nervous kind of about using this because I was like, oh, I don't wanna like apply this and then not like it as much because I'm so particular about my blushes. There's so few blushes that I really, really love. So this was the Hourglass Dim Infusion Blush. I've loved this for years. Still great. I'm a visionary. I don't know what to say. This is still awesome. Like, I feel like it's everything that I remember it being. I don't put it on and go like, ooh, yeah, like I'm wearing a blush today, I guess, kind of thing. It's just like a really nice, pretty, natural flush. It's not intense. It's not a color that I feel like I have to pair only with certain eyes or certain lips kind of thing. Like, I feel like it's neutral enough that you can kind of wear it no matter what kind of style you're going with your eyes and lips. It's just a really, really good old-fashioned product. Good, wholesome fun. 10 out of 10. Well, yeah, no, 10 out of 10. Then we tried the Perricone MD No Highlighter, which I've been using lately. This is not an old favorite, but it is old. What I should have titled this is like revisiting expired products. So I've really been liking this highlighter, as I mentioned. I noticed today, because I was applying it with powder products, that it did leave kind of like a harsher line, so I had to like really blend that out a little bit more. So I do think this is better paired with cream products, because whenever I apply my cream bronzer and like cream blush and stuff like that, I never feel like this looks patchy or streaky or anything like that. But I did just notice that there seems to just be kind of like a harsher division between the highlight and the bronzer than normal. 8 out of 10, 7.5 maybe. Because this was not as seamless as it should be. Ooh, then we tried my really dusty Perricone MD No Lipstick lipstick. Fucking 10 out of 10, man. I love this product. It's great. It's just a really, really nice formula. It's hydrating. I love that color. Even like when I wear the color for a little bit, I feel like it gets better. Like when I first apply it, I'm always like, is that maybe a little too dark for me? A little too red? And then the more that I leave it on, I'm just like, hell yeah. Am I wearing a lipstick? Is it a no lipstick lipstick? Kind of feels that way. So you guys, those are some of my old favorites revisited. Let me know if you guys liked this style of video, if you guys want me to do more in the future, because I have lots of old favorites kicking around in there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace out.